This is the last part for that chapter 21 on the generation of biochemical energy. Again, this is really a summary, so please read the summary at the end of your textbook for that chapter, and it will help you understand the concept. So we were just stopped at the citric acid cycle, also known as the Krebs cycle, and when we get there, the reduced coenzymes are ready to donate their energy to making the most amount of ATP. There's a series of oxidation reduction reactions that move electrons from one carrier to the next. This is very complex. It is exergonic, meaning that it's going to release energy and heat. We call this here the electron transport chain, also respiratory chain, because that's where you're going to have at the final step the need of the oxygen molecule, reason why we breathe. Enzyme and coenzyme of the chain are embedded in the inner membrane of the mitochondria. And you should know that they stay in the inner membrane. And it just shows you how complex it is following diffusion. Different complexes, several electron carriers, hydrogen ions, and electron move through the pathway in the direction of the arrow. You see, go there, down a gradient. So each complex is at a lower energy level than the complex preceding, the one that was right above it. We're looking at plants where they contain mitochondria and chloroplast. Chloroplasts carry out photosynthesis, which is where you transform the sun energy into chemical energy. And then eventually they also need to make their own energy. So they can actually also have those reactions that involve electron transport chain. So the reaction of the electron transport chain are tightly coupled to oxidative phosphorylation, oxidative oxygen. That's why you need that oxygen molecule. Oxidative phosphorylation is the synthesis of ATP from ADP to phosphate using energy released in that ETC chain, the electron transport chain. And those hydrogen ions can return to the matrix by passing through a channel that is part of the ATP synthase. Doing so, they release a potential energy gain as they were moved against the concentration gradient, and that this energy is the one that really drives the phosphorylation of ADP. That is the maximum amount of ATP molecules that are made. So please review the concept map. It just makes you understand how we make the cellular energy. I think it's pretty straightforward. Looking at cellular energy, where does it come from, what is used for, and then really just a very good summary of not all the details. I will not ask you all the steps in the citric acid cycle, not all the steps in the ETC of oxidative phosphorylation, but understand how we make the energy for our daily needs.